Hey friends, what's up? Kaz here. Welcome back to another server admin tutorial. Now this week has been suggested by Andrew McLone. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's on the screen. You could see it. So if you're joining me for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I do these every week. I might be able to start doing these more than once a week, but we'll see how that goes. And if you have one that you would suggest, feel free to comment that below and I will note that and get to it once I have a chance to. Now this week is Trouble in Terrorist Town, and this is made by Maxim Roncase. I probably just butchered that. But anyway, this plugin is fantastic. It's really easy. It works like pretty much straight out the box. You almost don't even need a permissions plugin. Just op players will have access to what they need, and non-op players will have access to what they need. It's really sweet. So let's get into it. The first thing you want to do is do Ttt Sett Spawn. Now this is gonna set where your players will be spawned to once a map is done. I've already set up one map, but we're going to go through the setup of another. Now the way this game works is people will join a map, and then once 3 or more people join, it will start the game. It will pick 1 traitor, 1 detective, and 1 innocent. But it'll detect more traitors depending on more people. I think the ratio is 0.2, so every 10 I think it will choose 2 traitors, and then detectives 0.15, so every 15 people it will choose 1 detective. So if you have 30, so if this was full up, you would have, ooh man, like 6 traitors, but you'd have 2 detectives and a whole lot of innocents running around. Then when you spawn in, you get a crowbar and a gun, and you can find other stuff. Then dead players, when they are killed, will leave behind a chest, and in the chest will be information about their role. But let's get into setting this up. This is kind of interesting. I'll show you a picture. What you want to do is you want to download the map that you want to play, or the quote-unquote arena, in your server directory. Just put it in your default server directory like you would with any other world that you want to play on. And then, you know, kind of like if you've ever used Multiverse, you import worlds that way. This one you do TTT. Now I've already done Slender, so I did this previously, but we're going to do Sky Bowl. These are ones that the author and his friends have made, so we're going to import Sky Bowl. So we got that one. And then you can then join the game by just doing TTT join Sky Bowl. Or he has a really cool lobby system with the signs. Now if you want to configure any of the in-game features, like the amount of people it required before it starts playing, you know, the adjustment of karma level, and how many traders per people, you can check that out in the configuration. I'm not really going to go through it because it explains it really well in the notes in the configuration. Also, you can check the link in the Jibbles. I'll have a link directly to the explanation of the configuration. But let's get into creating these lobby signs. So the first line is going to be TTT, Trouble in Terrorist Town, and then bracket again. And now there's 2 different kinds of signs you can do. You can do a status sign, or you can do a player's sign. Now a status sign is just going to say what the map's doing at that moment. The player's sign is going to show the amount of players in the game. So we're just going to do status, and then Sky Bowl. Whoa, if I can spell, there we go. And then once that's created, it will say waiting and how many people and all that stuff. Now, if you want to do players, I'm not really going to be able to show you at the moment here. Maybe I can. Players. So you do a players and then Sky Bowl like before. Same thing. The only difference is this 4th line. You're going to put a number in there starting at 1. So what this will do is it's going to tell the sign which group of the block of 4 players can it show, because it can only show 4 players at a time on a sign. So this one should be 1, so it's going to show the first 4 players, and then before it gets time set day, and then you do TTT players Sky Bowl 2. So if you have 32 people in there, So you would need 8 signs over here, and it could be in any layout if you want. If you want it down here, if you want it like going all the way around this sign, that would be cool too. And you just got to put the numbers 1. Oops. So that is how you join. A couple things to note on how to destroy those signs. Let's go back and actually I haven't looked at this map yet. This is kind of cool. So anyway, once you're in a map, you just do TTT Q or quit, and then that will leave that. Now if you want to destroy one of these signs, you have to hold shift and then left click the sign, and then it will unregister the sign. And I am not in creative mode anymore, but there you go. So that's how you destroy those signs. The permissions is pretty easy. Like I said at the beginning, you really don't need to do the permissions. By default, it needs everything you need. However, in order to quit, by default, only the op has the quit command. So by default, everybody gets ttt.join, ttt.help, and then the op gets ttt.quit. So if you want your players to be able to quit a map, you can go ahead and give them that command. If you want your administrators to be able to do anything they want in the game, you got to do ttt.star. That will give them access to all the Trouble in Terrorist Town commands. If you want them to be able to import new maps, that's ttt.import. So that's all I got here. Let's to wrap this up, I made this a little more interesting. Put my shaders on because those are pretty cool looking. And then what we're going to do here is I'm just going to do a quick little test with my test dummy. And I changed the configuration file to require only 2 people to start the game. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to first have him join so you can see what that looks like here. So there he goes. He's in the map. So now you can see we got waiting 1 of 32, and then you can see the players that are in there. Now, like I said, if you had more, they'd be listed on the other lines, and then if you have more than 4, it'd be listed all the way. So let's go ahead and join in here. Now, one of the things that's currently a problem, or something that he would like to, the author would like to adjust in the future, is to set it so there's more than 1 spawn point. If you notice, we both kind of spawned on this point, and then the players will kind of spread out. So now you can see our karma level up here, and then the game is counting down. The configuration file says 90 seconds for a game to start once enough players have joined. So we're just waiting on this to start, and I will be back with you in a moment once it starts to show you guys how it plays out. Oh, I just thought of one other thing. I noticed as I was looking at the configuration file, after you've imported a map, it actually creates a new folder called ttt_map name. So you can go ahead and remove those old map folders once you've imported the map into the game, unless you'd like to leave it there just in case something happens to it, that kind of stuff. So we got 30 seconds to go. I will be back with you once the game kicks off. Game is kicked off, and you can see that I have I've started with a crowbar, which is a sword, and then I got a gun, which is a anvil, and you can see I am innocent, but beware, there are traitors lurking. So it should be as no surprise that the other guy that is in here is the traitor. Now I'm looking at his screen, and this is interesting. He says you are outnumbered and you stand alone. So I'm assuming that if there's more than one traitor, it will tell you who is the traitor. And then here's our gun. So it's like kind of like a bow. And there's your ammo, and you can set all that up in the configuration file. Let's go ahead and shoot this guy. And I killed him, and you saw the chest got created, and now he's a pincushion. Innocence won the map on Skyball. So that's how that works, guys. Hopefully you found that enjoyable. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below. I'll do my best to answer, but you might be better just asking on the author's bucket page. Link will be in the gibbles for this plugin. It's really cool, works really simply out of the box, and the author's got some great future plans for it. So go ahead and check it out. It's really easy to set up and get going. This is Kaz from McFriends, reminding you guys all, enjoy the game. God bless. Nope, running away. Just gonna run.
Shut down.
Yeah, I mean, I never played.
No,
I never played.
Where'd you come from?
Come on,
man.
That makes a lot of difference.
But still.